bauxite and manganese by road, which damages the Takwa-Nkwanta to Takoradi stretch. Inspecting the Agona-Nkwanta to Takoradi road, which is 33% complete, the minister stated that no serious country allows heavy-duty goods to be transported on expensive roads. He called for a critical discussion on ending the haulage of bauxite and manganese by road.
Just behind us, you will see heavy trucks carrying raw materials to the port and things from the port elsewhere. It's another matter to be discussed on another day as to whether there's any country that embarks on extractive industry in terms of mining using roads when you're going to travel 50, 60, 100 kilometers. No country does that. The difficulty we have is that these trucks use this road that we build with our tax money. And then instead of putting those materials on rail, mining is about rail. Nobody does successful mining is of bulk materials on road. So part of the reason our roads don't last as long as they should is because of the nature of transportation we do on them. But we'll discuss that later. We don't have any issues with the capacity or the quality of work the small can do and then the competent. So the team here has capability.
That was the Minister for Roads and Highways, Governor Kwame Agboja. The United States Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, says it is crucial for the government to address payment arrears to American companies to improve the business climate. Ranking member of the U.S. Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, Senator James E. Risch, recently claimed that Ghana owes approximately $251 million to several U.S.-based businesses. He also suggested that the U.S., as the IMF's largest shareholder, should push the fund to ensure Ghana repays its debt to American entities. Speaking to journalists in Accra, Ambassador Palmer reiterated that Ghana's indebtedness to American companies remains a major concern.
Our sector in particular, as key to that, the need to stick with the IMF program and the need to make Ghana welcoming to business and foreign and local investors and exporters and traders. And I think something that's been on my mind for more than a year is payment of arrears, which is, the money that the government of Ghana owes American companies. And when I talk about the transition, I'll talk a little bit about how that's always been important because everybody wants to get paid. It's important to let investors know that if you come and sell things here or invest here, you'll get paid. But I think now with an emphasis on commercial relations and transactions, that's going to be even more important than it was before. So I'm anxious that American companies get.
We heard the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer. Still with the U.S., the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, has just issued an invitation to the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, Her Excellency Virginia Palmer, to his office on Monday to provide clarifications and reasons for President Trump's imposition of 10% tariff on Ghana. This is a post just issued by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa. Away from that, environmental conservation organization Arocha Ghana says the reshuffling of police commanders in areas where illegal mining is rife is a step in the right direction. The Minister for the Interior, Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak, at a meeting in Kumasi yesterday, instructed the Inspector General of Police to transfer all regional, divisional and district police commanders serving in mining areas. Arocha Ghana and other environmental NGOs also at a press conference in March demanded the removal of Eastern South Police Commander and the Divisional Police Commander of Chebu due to their inability to tackle illegal mining. Reacting to the minister's directive, Arocha's Deputy National Director, Daryl Bosu, says the group hopes the plan will be executed.
We are very excited to hear the Interior Minister talk about really reshuffling the commanders across the country, particularly where Galamsey is rife. So I believe that is a step in the right direction. What we need to see that they actually get to do it. I also did hear him say that after every 3 months, if you're not performing, you will be reshuffled or you'll be removed. So we need to see this. This is going to be one of the key measures we need to put in place because for a long time, we've seen that one of the key gaps in the fight against galamsey has been compliance and enforcement. And you wouldn't understand why there's the police in every district, every region, almost sometimes every community. You see the police around, and even on our highways, everywhere to the mining pits, the mining sites. You see police everywhere, but you don't understand why the illegality is so ongoing, and there's a lot of impunity in the system. So to really now put a charge on the police commanders to really start taking action on galamsey, it is very good to hear them come out with this directive. What we need to now say is they're really working with this. I think that's the most crucial aspect. So we want to see how in the next weeks and months they are going to really implement this.
Daryl Bosu also outlined measures they are hoping the government puts in place to deal with the illegal mining menace.
The other important step we have said is that the licensing regime must be changed. Even the leadership of the Minerals Commission must also be changed. We've seen government has been very silent on this, and we don't know why that is so. We also know that the government is still very adamant in listening to the calls from civil society to institute a state of emergency. These are all crucial steps that we think are very important, and we need to see the state really being proactive on them. I mean, from yesterday's press conference with the media by the Honorable Minister for Lands, we get the impression that they are coming to terms with the fact that what we are dealing with is a very serious matter. For him to even acknowledge that we are dealing with dangerous terrorists, for me, is an acknowledgement that maybe they underestimated what we are confronted with. To see them now make those bold pronouncements should tell all of us that, look, we need to step up our game and not really renege on what we have been doing. But
Daryl Bosu is the Deputy National Director of Environmental Conservation Group, Arocha Ghana. The Minister for the Interior, Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak, has warned that police officers who assist foreigners to change their identities after being arrested for engaging in illegal mining that they will face sanctions. The minister expressed concern over instances where some police officers, including prosecutors, collude with foreigners apprehended for crimes to change their identities, allowing them to evade repatriation. During an engagement with police in the Ashanti region, Alhaji Muntaka stressed that foreigners involved in illegal mining, fraudulent activities and other crimes will be repatriated, as the government is no longer interested in prosecuting such individuals. However, he cautioned that any officer found engaging in such misconduct will face disciplinary action.
We are beginning to see some difficulties, and I mean, without mentioning specific areas where particular citizens who are foreigners are arrested, they are handed over to the police, and then because of whatever reason, they will go and enter it into their system as Ghanaians, just to avoid what we are doing. Please, if we find any officer involved in this, I'm sorry to say, we will make sure that the disciplinary measures within the police administration is admitted to you immediately. We don't want that. We know you are making a lot of sacrifices. Please, don't listen to any other person telling you that, oh, this person is that person is this. If we don't enforce this thing vigorously, very soon, this peaceful destination that we have, that we are so proud of, will be lost. Because they become so many, the criminals may even outnumber us. We've all seen examples of other countries in South America, how when criminality gets to a certain level, dealing with it becomes so difficult. We don't want to get there. We want to make sure that it's nip in the bud.
The Interior Minister also directed the police in the Ashanti region to use 6 months to clear a well-known criminal hub known as Tinker Island, which is notorious for drug trade in the Kumasi metropolis.
Regional Commander, in the next 6 months, if you are able to do something for me, I'll be so happy. And I know the Zongo mentioned Divisional Commander is here. You know, we have a place in Kumasi here around Alaba that is so unpopular. They call it Tinker. That's the task that I want to see. That to welcome me, to show that the Interior Minister is from this region, I want Tinker to be a thing on the bus in the next 6 months. And I'm very, very happy. That will give me so much confidence that anything I want to do for you in this region, I have reason to to say that you're able to deal with this. And I know working together with the Narcotic Control Commission, this is a program that you're able to use to honor me. That at least in my own backyard, this thing that has lingered for so long, when I became Interior Minister, you're able to use your intelligence, you're able to use your men and women to be able to get it, to be the team of the past. And when you do that, I think that will be a golden award to me, and that will help me to also reciprocate that good gesture with so many other things that may help you in your region.
He had Minister for the Interior, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak. The Western Central Regional Police Command has put 7 persons arrested for their involvement in illegal mining before the Special Court for Illegal Mining at 2nd D in the Western Region. The accused persons, according to a statement from the Ghana Police Service, were charged with conspiracy to commit crime and undertaking mining activities without license. They have been remanded into prison custody to reappear before the court on April 17, 2025. In a related development, 2 more Chinese nationals have been arrested for illegal mining along the Bonsa River banks. The police say all foreign nationals arrested have been handed over to the Ghana Immigration Service for further action. This is the City Prime News on 97.3 City FM. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Still ahead, government announces plans to revise Internal Audit Agency Act to grant surcharge powers to the Auditor General. We have details of that plus other stories coming up shortly. Please stay with us.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers. Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talents, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now. City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, Lands and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Kofi Amabua says government is considering restricting the importation of excavators as part of effort to combat illegal mining. The move comes amid growing public pressure to address the environmental destruction caused by illegal mining. The minister stated that the government is determined to prevent a few individuals from causing lasting harm to the country's natural resources.
But we believe that the time has come for us to basically restrict the import of excavators in this country. It doesn't make any sense that the third most valuable things we import in this country, to the tune of 6.2 billion, is excavators, which mainly are brought here to destroy our forest reserve and destroy our water bodies and kill all of us. This must stop. We believe that effort is ongoing.
We heard the Minister for Land and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Kofi Boa. Now, beneath the Kwame Nkrumah interchange here in Accra, a battle for survival persists. A community of homeless individuals seek shelter on the bare pavement, struggling against hunger, harsh conditions, and an uncertain tomorrow. In the following report, City News' Patricia Boachi tells their stories where every day is a fight to endure and hope feels just out of reach.
It is about 5 a.m. and Felicia is deep in sleep. Where she lays her head for the night is unpleasant. More worrying is that she is 8 months pregnant. She once had a promising future as a home economics student, but life took an unexpected turn after she got deceived by her boyfriend. Today, she calls the streets beneath the Kwame Nkrumah interchange home.
To me like this, I don't even actually know what is going on in my life. I don't actually know. Because sometimes I'll wake up and I'll go to the shower, I'll see myself in the mirror like this. There is a big mirror over there. I'll see myself from head to down. So is that how I am? Look at what I've done myself. Sometimes I used to ask myself like that. I said no. I will stand. Whatever I will do to stand, I will stand and I will make. Because I know that where it have reached, even though it have been no, but it haven't poor and it haven't spoil. I know that the God, Almighty God, that always wake up and I pray for him. I know that as a time coming, he will change me.
The spot where she sleeps has become a familiar sight and part of a growing community of homeless individuals seeking refuge on the cold concrete. Their lives dedicated by survival, not comfort, but their presence has become an inconvenience to passers-by. Yet, Felicia has no alternative. With her due date fast approaching, her struggles only intensify. Clinging to her side is a 2-year-old son, Benedict, an innocent witness to her plight. Suddenly, she admits that if it means securing a chance at survival, she is willing to give her unborn child away to lessen her burden, especially as the rainy season nears.
By April, I will be given a birth, and rain will be falling. When will I put this fresh baby to? So always, sometimes when I lie down, I say, what am I going to deliver? Or should I run go to Kolebu? When I go to Kolebu there, I'll get a people, then I'll tell them my story. Maybe I'll get someone to take the baby from my hand so that I can be free, so that I can take care of this one pet. Because I cannot hold a fresh baby, adding it to this one too. Sleeping outside with the fresh baby, April. And that April, it will be rain season. When will I get hot water to bath in?
Her struggle cuts across on homeless persons in the area. At the New Plant Station and in front of the Ghana National Fire Service office at Circle, the scene is more worrying. While some sleep on the concrete floor, others are also sighted laying their head on the stone-crafted path beneath the interchange. Despite the hardship, Felicia has found ways to survive. With no contact from her family, she regrets the decision that led her here. She acknowledges that she ignored her parents' advice and pleads for their forgiveness, hoping they will advise her once again.
What I'll tell my dad and my mom, wherever they are, any of my family, wherever they are, and they are watching me, see I and my baby sitting down at Circle overhead. What I'll tell them that they should forgive me. Whatever I have done to them wrong, they should forgive me. And they should come and search for us. We are here suffering. We are here suffering. We don't have anyone apart from them. They should come and help us. They should come and send us home and take care of me. Whatever I've done to them, they should forgive me. I did not hear what they told me. They should forgive me.
That report was put together by Citi News' Patricia Boachi. Now, a Deputy Chief of Staff, Nana Oye Bampo-Addo, has disclosed the government's plans to revise the Internal Audit Agency Act to grant surcharge powers to the Auditor General to recover embezzled funds with interest. According to her, this forms part of the new government's commitment to fighting corruption and making it a high-risk endeavor. Speaking at the launch of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice evaluation of the National Anti-Corruption Action Plan, that is NACAP, the former Gender Minister acknowledged that although corruption remains widespread despite the adoption of of NACAP in 2015, the new administration is confident that through the enactment of the Conduct of Public Officers Bill into law, corruption will be effectively curbed.
Initiating legislation to prohibit political appointees and politically exposed persons and all serving public officials from purchasing state assets. Establishing a state assets registry. Setting up an inquiry into looted state lands. And also setting up an independent value for money office to scrutinize government procurements above $5 million. Supporting the the Auditor General to enforce its surcharge powers to retrieve embezzled funds with interest, reviewing the Internal Audit Agency Act, and reviewing the asset declaration regime in Chapter 24 of the Constitution of Ghana and the Public Office Holders Act of 1998. To show further commitment for addressing corruption, the President has appointed a presidential advisor for the anti-corruption program in the person of Professor Francis Dodo.
Deputy Chief of Staff Nana Oyi Bampo Ado. The Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, has assured Ghanaian students studying abroad of plans to increase their stipend. During an official visit to Benin, he told Ghanaian nationals that consultations are underway to enhance their allowances, though he did not disclose specific figures. He also assured that efforts are being made to ensure timely disbursement of stipend to support students more effectively.
I was given a comprehensive report. I have asked that the director of the scholarship secretariat should see me when I return. We can improve your conditions. I also take the view that your monthly stipend, when I return, I'll send President Mahama a report. Your monthly stipend as I've come to here, which has been maintained for many years. Is too big. So I assure you, we are going to take immediate action.
Minister for Foreign Affairs Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa. The Affirmative Action Coalition has expressed concern over the low representation of women in the list of metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives released so far. Out of the 71 MMDCs appointed across 8 regions, only 4 are women, representing 5.6%. Speaking to Citi News, the coalition's coordinator, Becky Enyonam Ahaji, urged the president to use his authority to appoint more women to meet the 31% requirement under the Affirmative Action Act.
Out of 71 appointments, we have only 4 women. We know that we have about 190 more appointments to go. We also are cognizant of the fact that these appointments were done through a vetting process, and these are the results. And so we understand that a lot of work was done before these appointments were made. However, yes, it's not encouraging that we have 4 out of 71. And so it's making us wonder, with the 190 appointments more to go, how many women are we going to see in the view of our act? Really think that the confidence.
Apologies for the poor quality of that insert, but that was the coordinator of the Affirmative Action Coalition, Becky Enyonam Ahaji. Private legal practitioner Justice Abdullahi has criticized the Office of the Special Prosecutor for unlawfully detaining Wontumi TV journalist Godin Asari Bidiako. The journalist had alleged that Special Prosecutor Kisi Ejabin requested a private jet from the previous NPP government due to the risks associated with his role. While cautioning journalists against making defamatory statements, Justice Abdullahi maintained that the OSP's action fell outside its legal mandate and violated due process.
The OSP doesn't have, if you like, unbridled power to arrest people simply on the basis of allegations that are made that do not, or that is not within their remit. The OSP's powers is purely regulated by law, and to go after either politically exposed persons or politicians involved in corruption or allegations of corruption. And I do not think that the claims as made by a journalist, or meritorious those demands were, is enough basis for anybody to be arrested by that establishment. We need to point out that one cannot rely on his profession, particularly as a journalist, to peddle falsehood either. It is also not the case that simply because a journalist takes something that is thought of as unfounded is not a basis for the OSP to detain the person and insist on the person revealing his sources. These are clear limitations of the OSP's powers, and it's completely unlawful.
The private legal practitioner also explained further that Bediako's intention of pursuing the case in court is justified.
It is completely justified because this is a clear abuse of the powers of the OSP, and I would urge anyone who feels strongly hurt by these circumstances to go after the OSP for false imprisonment and an abuse of his human rights. I mean, it's the only way we can get the office to do what is appropriate and right. And I know that the authorities in that office know better than to do this. This is clearly unlawful.
He had private legal practitioner Justice Abdullah bringing us to a close to today's edition of the City Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. For more news, please log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.
City 97.3 Accra.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creative.